Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillahi wa ba'd. Let's all get settled in. I'm going to share the live link as we usually do. I did. I ordered 30 books. I brought 5 of them. So if anybody needs books, they're in the red box as usual. Yeah, we got new and some guides. Yep. We are in the Quran on Surah number 83. If you would kindly open up to chapter number 83, Al-Mutaffifin, which means the defrauders. Did we have Inchikak left? I'm sorry. We're on Surah number 84. We're on ayah number 15. 84:15, please. 84:15. We read 15. Bala inna rabbuka kana bi basira. Yeah, we're on 16 actually. Yeah. So in Surah Inshiqaq, we read the first 15 verses where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala discussed the Day of Judgment, the scenes that would be witnessed on the Day of Judgment, as far as the sky splitting open, the earth collapsing and flattening out, all the graves ejecting their bodies and whatever's in the earth, and showing Allah's power over all things. He mentions our reckoning, that some of us will receive our book of deeds in our right hand, and that'll be a sign of that our book of deeds is good and that we will be successful on that day. And some will receive, well, in this surah, I mentioned the book of deeds being behind them. In other places, it mentions it also could be in the left hand. In both cases, that person is doomed. Their book of deeds was not good, and they are in trouble. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَلَا أُقْسِمُ بِالشَّفَقِ, and I swear by the twilight, وَاللَّيْلِ وَمَا وَسَقَ, and the night and whatever it envelopes it, the night and whatever it covers, وَالْقَمَرِ إِذَا تَسَقَ, and the moon when it waxes full. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning all of these things. We mentioned what is the purpose of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala swearing or taking oath by something. What is the purpose of it? Or one of the purposes that I mentioned.
To emphasize how important it is.
One, to emphasize the importance of those things, but also to bring their attention to what's coming next. Because what's coming next is something important. So this is a way to capture our attention and let us focus on what's coming next. So what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, La tarkabunna tabaqan an tabaq. You will certainly pass from one state into another. And Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. We're on chapter 84, verse number 19. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has used grammatically a few types of emphasis here. So it means you certainly, without any doubt, will pass from one state into another, meaning you will pass from life to death, and from death you will pass to resurrection. And in our lives, we pass from sickness to health and health to sickness, right? Sometimes somebody's poor, they become rich, they become poor. So we pass through these different stages of life from one to the next. But here, the emphasis is on us passing from a living state to death and from death to resurrection. فَمَا لَهُمْ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. So what is the matter with them that they do not believe? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asking the question, what's wrong with y'all? With all these evidences that you see every single day and you still don't believe. وَإِذَا قُرِئَ عَلَيْهِمُ الْقُرْآنُ لَا يَسْجُدُونَ. And when the Quran is recited to them, they do not bow in prostration and submission. This is one of the verses where it's a verse of prostration. So if you hear the Imam read this verse in Salat, or if you're reading this verse alone, it is recommended to prostrate at that time and supplicate to Allah. بَلِ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا يُكَذِّبُونَ. In fact, the disbelievers persist in their denial. Yukadzibun means their denial of the truth, and their falsehood in it. Wallahu a'lamu bima yu'un. But Allah knows whatever they hide. Allah knows whatever they hide. فَبَشِّرْهُمْ بِعَذَابٍ عَلِيمٍ. So give them glad tidings of a painful punishment. Nobody found that wording strange?
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, that's the first time I've ever heard glad tidings with painful punishment.
This is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's way of almost mocking them.
Yeah, what?
Like, congratulations, this is your prize. Your painful punishment, this is your prize. For whatever you did your whole life of denying Allah and denying the Quran, this is what you won.
You're a loser.
That's إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ لَهُمْ أَجْرٌ غَيْرُ مَمْنُونَ. Except for those who believe in good deeds, they will have a never-ending reward. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala oftentimes mentions belief in good deeds because your belief is not complete until you do good deeds. One of the scholars of the past used to say, your belief is not complete until you do good deeds. Your good deeds are not accepted until your intention is correct. And your intentions, actions, and belief are not accepted until they're upon the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So for example, if somebody says, okay, I believe in Islam, but they don't pray, they don't fast, they don't do any acts of worship, their belief is not accepted by Allah. And if somebody says, okay, I will do good deeds, but I'll do them to show off, I'll do them, just so people will like me, just to fit in, and they're not doing those good deeds for the sake of Allah, those deeds are not accepted. We studied that in our hadith book, right? And even if somebody has good intentions, If they're not performing those deeds according to the Sunnah of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, then those actions are not accepted. So, for example, if somebody says, as some people have said, that we don't want to fast in Ramadan, we'll just fast in December. It's not acceptable as the obligatory fast. It does not take place. This is not the Sunnah, the way that Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam taught us. If somebody says, we'll pray Salat al-Isha, I don't want to pray 8, I'll pray 2. Or I don't want to pray 4, I'll pray 2. This is not acceptable for Salat al-Isha because he prayed 4. And this is what we were taught. You have a question? Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay. Any questions on Surah Inshikak, chapter number 84? All good? All right. Moving right along. You guys have a quiz today. I want you to take a look at your books and see if you have any questions, something that's not clear, just ask them now. The book, so the chapters in the Quran are from 90 to 96. The chapter in the book is chapter 10 in the New Muslim Guide, and it's the first 4 hadiths in our 30 hadiths book. It's a lot of material.
What hadith?
First 4.
The first 4 of the hadith?
Huh?
The first 4?
Yeah. Look it over and see if you have any questions. I'll give you a few minutes.
How many questions?
15. Is it 15? 15 questions. I don't know. I only made half of it. It's easy. It's just the same thing that we always do with the phones. No. It's just the same thing we do with the phones. It's just honestly, it's just a way to encourage everybody to review it and try to memorize it, so that we have the feel of a class and that we take it a little bit more seriously and kind of start committing some of the ideas to memory. So look it over. If you have any questions, ask me. Yeah, we should dig up to you in a couple seconds. And then, when we're done with the review. When we're done with our review time, we'll give you the link.
You'll be down and out for 2 days.
Questions?
No double negatives, right?
No, I think Hafsa checked my questions. I hope they're right. I was busy today. I could only make half the test. So I'm sure my questions are harder than hers, though. All right. If everybody's ready, we'll share the link. Hafsa, do you have the link?
What's it on, what's it on? Real quick.
Was it Quizlet or something?
No, it's quizzes.
Quizzes.
QUIZZ.
Can you put it in the WhatsApp group?
I gotta make an account, put in the code.
No, I don't think you had to make a account. You just had to put your name in or a name. Hmm? We have the projector. Do you want to use it?
I don't know, will it make sense to you? Because I want to see how this is set up. I want my face to be in the frame.
This is too much sugar for me.
Where's your mouse? The stupid thing about how does it work? Where's the?
I don't think it's connected. No.
But I can't use this.
Come now.
Okay, I am
Can you
calm.
let me move? Can you move your arm so I can actually see what I'm doing here? Here's the thing. All right. So, you know what? I can just take it off the live. But I don't know why it's not working. Here.
You guys told me that the whole time.
I didn't think about it.
Right.
So you know what? Let me just turn off the live.
Okay.
There's no need to have a stream.